Good morning. Last week I did a video on my top 5 tips how to achieve a flat stomach, especially in a week or a short period of time. So I also posted a 5-minute ab video, so I'll link that up here. All of these videos work together, my ab videos, my 5 tips on how to achieve a flat stomach, and then this video today, which I'm going to be walking you through everything that I eat and drink to achieve a flat stomach, or just implementing these tips into your daily routine to give you a flat stomach for the long term. So this morning I've had about 16 ounces of water. I actually have another 16 ounces sitting for me to drink. I'm going to drink that before I head to the gym. Today is my machine leg day. So let's go ahead and jump into the day. And in case you were curious about what the little lumps under this gray blanket are, they're puppies. Just little pumpkin muffins. You so happy? You're a happy little boy? You guys are too freaking cute. Okay, I have got my gym outfit ready. So right now I haven't eaten anything. I'm just drinking my 32 ounces of water, so I just need to go. Okay, bye. So this is one thing, like I said in my video, you can have some milk, just doing like a non-dairy milk that doesn't have a ton of sugar in it. This has 7 grams of sugar in a serving, which is a cup, and I probably use a whole cup. I am mildly confused, which is why buying processed foods is a cause of issue. There's 7 grams of sugar in this, but there's 0 grams of added sugar. Oats don't naturally have sugar, but maybe during the processing, something happens with it that actually produces sugar content. I honestly don't know, but that's why I love this brand. I don't want to knock Oatly down. All right, so I did look it up on Oatly.com. They have an FAQ section that actually tells you why their products have sugar content in them. So even though they don't add sugar to most of their brands, the sugar is a natural result of their production process. So it is because of how they process it, because oats do not naturally have any sugar content in them. That is why we're not eating processed foods. For breakfast, I have 3 cups of water simmering. In a pan, I'm cooking half a cup. These are steel cut oats. I put a little drizzle of olive oil in the pan, and I'm just going to toast this for a couple minutes and then add it to the water. And just toasting this will just bring out the flavor of the oats. I've added the oats to the pot, and I'm going to let this cook for roughly 20 minutes until all the oats absorb the water and it's nice and fluffy. And I just made a spice mix. So this is 3 tablespoons of cinnamon right here, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 2 teaspoons of ground nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of cloves. And this should probably last me all week, so I'm gonna stir this up. So you can obviously buy pumpkin spice mix, but I already had all the ingredients to make pumpkin spice mix, so I can just easily and quickly make it myself. Half a teaspoon of my pumpkin spice mix. And this is basically done, so I just turned off the heat and I'm going to stir this in. While I was cooking my oats, which are totally done now, I also put oil in the pan and added 1 chopped apple, so I had that sauteing just to make it more fragrant and more flavorful. So I'm going to take a whole banana and pop this into a blender. This is canned pumpkin puree. Just make sure that in the can that the only ingredient is pumpkin. So technically, yes, this is not a whole food because clearly it has been cooked and processed and put into a can. Just to make it easier on myself, it's just a much quicker option because this breakfast already takes long enough to make. If you really wanted to go that extra mile, you could buy a pumpkin and cook it. I'm gonna be doing 3/4 cup of pumpkin puree. And then I'm adding my sauteed apples, just a little bit more pumpkin spice, another 1/4 teaspoon, and then I'm gonna blend this up. You can also bulk prep this food. You can actually make like 3 servings worth of the oats, so that way it's a lot quicker to put everything together. You'll have the oats already pre-cooked, the spice mix already, so all you have to do is just kind of blend the pumpkin, banana, and saute some apples and blend that all together in the morning so that it just doesn't take as long. So I just topped it off with a banana and a tablespoon or 2 of pumpkin seeds, and there you have a super hearty breakfast that's super good for you.
This is my second 32 ounces, which totals it to 64 ounces today. I just have one more at the very least to go. I can do more if I want, but really my goal is just to do 32 ounces of water before breakfast, before lunch, and before dinner. Almost done. I don't always chug it this intently. I usually will just like sit down and like take a few chugs, do something on my phone, take a few more chugs. Just for video purposes, I'm doing this. And done. So I've got some grapes, watermelon, mangoes, and peaches. I pretty much just bought fruit that was cheap, high in water, and I just eat to my heart's content as much as I want. This is a giant mango. So like half of it is one regular sized mango, but you know, if I'm still dying for fruit later, I'll have some more fruit. Just high water content. Pretty much all fruit is high in water content, but especially like grapes and watermelon are all high water content. It's just kind of a mix of summer and fall fruits. Whatever's at the grocery store and the cheapest reasonable fruit. Okay, I am full, but I'm going to save this and probably, I don't know, snack on it in an hour or so. This is just gonna be a mix of one banana, a little bit of berries, water, and soy protein isolate. I'm gonna use like 2 tablespoons of this. It tastes like nothing in my smoothie. I actually really like it, and it is such a cheap protein powder. Sorry, like coffee and onions and a flashlight. Super random stuff in the background. So I got the banana, berries, water. I added some ice, and it's just roughly 2 tablespoons of this soy protein powder. Almost forgot, I'm gonna do a big tablespoon of almond butter. So I just lightly squeeze these into my water. Really good without being too lemony. My dogs like to play, sorry, just kidding, just the one dog likes to play catch me. Oh, now he's over it because I wasn't chasing him. Do you want me to get you? I'm gonna get you, Nike. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. This is our pre-dinner activities. Bye. Oh, Nike, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Uh-oh, Coda steal your toy? Did he steal your toy, baby? Yeah, he got it. He got it. What a little angel baby. Look at that cute baby face. All right, so I'm first gonna show you this lovely mess. So I took an acorn squash. They look like this. And I'm just gonna cook, I probably should cook 2 at a time so I don't have to do this again. So I just scraped all the seeds out of the center with a spoon. You just go scrape, 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 okay? And then I'm gonna put these on parchment paper in the oven. I gotta look up what a good time is. I usually just do a lot of things at 400 degrees, so probably do 400 degrees. And then I'm also gonna put these seeds on there because I want some crunchy toasty seeds. I also just eat them like this, so none of this goes to waste. I just eat them because they're good for you. Okay. All right, so I just Googled it and it is 400 degrees, so good guess, Jaclyn. Face these guys down. Also, just a little tip, if you've never cut an acorn squash before, don't try to cut through this little stem right here. All right, so I actually only did 30 minutes and I don't want to overcook it because I'm going to be putting this in soup. So this is actually perfect. You can cut through it, but it's not too mushy. I'll be able to add this in chunks into my soup. And also, the seeds came out nice and crispy too. So 30 minutes was perfect at 400 degrees for me. That could range just depending on your oven. In a pot, I am toasting half a cup of quinoa with a little bit of olive oil just to give it a little more flavor. Adding a cup of water after that's toasted a little bit, bring it to a boil, and then simmer it for about 20 minutes. And for the soup, I'm gonna start out by chopping up some garlic. So I'm using, these are really tiny cloves, so I'm gonna use 5, but use like 3 to 5. And then I'm gonna chop up a little bit of onion. I'll probably use like a 1/5 of this. And then while the garlic and onion are sauteing, I'm gonna chop up 2 sticks of celery, like a third of a leek, and then this jalapeno pepper. So I took the center of the seeds out of the jalapeno so it's not crazy spicy. Let the garlic and onion cook down now for about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes on medium heat. And then I added the chopped jalapeno, celery, and leek. And let that cook down for a couple more minutes. And then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of this unsalted tomato paste, frozen green peas. And I totally forgot to mention this in my grocery haul video, which by the way, if you have not seen it, I will link it up here in the right-hand corner. So I'm just gonna add some frozen mushrooms in there. Grape tomatoes. A large handful of the acorn squash that I cooked. I just chopped it up in little bits. And the reason why I cooked the acorn squash instead of cooking it in the soup is that I just want the soup to be something that's really quick to make every single night. So I'm gonna add 2 cups of water to this, and I only have to cook it for maybe 5 to 10 minutes before it's all done. Okay, so how I decide that the soup is done is when my little grape tomatoes are all pruny. So it's done, and the quinoa is also done. Poured in some of my soup and quinoa into this bowl. I've got some chopped up parsley and cilantro right here. So sprinkle that on. And then I'm gonna squeeze some lemon on top. I will probably eat all of this. I'm just gonna eat it in a serving at a time. And then if I'm not hungry, then I can just save the rest of it for tomorrow instead. It is a really good soup, especially for not having any salt in it. But if you work out like you're getting in a sweaty 60-minute session every day, definitely add some salt to it because you will need that extra salt. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.